How to buy a buy-to-let with no deposit. Hi, I'm Jonathan. I founded SPV Mortgages and the buy-to-let platform. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what you need to know to obtain 100% lending on a buy-to-let. So what type of property can you obtain 100% lending on? Well, the short answer is any property. In reality, I only see my clients purchase houses. And the reason being is you've got to take into account the type of finance that will allow you to buy at 100% loan to value in this particular climate, which is bridging finance. Now, bridging finance is short-term financing. It ranges from 1 month all the way up to 24 months, depending on the product and lender. What's important for you to understand is that by the time you've added value to the property, that value needs to be significant enough to repay the bridging lender, their fees and interest, as well as make you a profit. Houses typically offer the opportunity to add more value than flats. So what are the risks to 100% lending on a buy-to-let? Well, in order to understand that, we need to understand what type of product is available. That product is bridging finance. Bridging lenders will lend 100%, even more than that, if there is sufficient equity in the background for them to charge on. So typically, a bridging lender will lend 75% on the subject property. That's the property that you're looking to purchase. They'll lend up to 70% on any background properties. Background properties can include existing buy-to-lets, your main residence, or even your parents' home. Now, that all might sound great to you, that you don't need a deposit to purchase a buy-to-let, but there are some risks with this. You owe the bridging lender 100% of the purchase price day one. By the time it gets to month 6 or even month 12, you're going to be owing them a lot more. So to mitigate the risks in not being able to repay the bridging lender, here are a few tips for you. So the first is to ensure you have enough time on that bridging loan to repay the lender. The second is to make sure you have a detailed value add proposition in place for that specific property. A full breakdown of exactly how you're going to add value to that property and what that value translates to in regards to price. And third, ensure you have a sound exit strategy in place. That could be a sale or a refinance. Let's now run the numbers on 2 examples. The first example is a client looking to utilize 100% lending, but the numbers didn't stack up. And the second is a client who did use 100% lending and the numbers stacked up beautifully. So example 1, we have a purchase price of £300,000, the cost of works £50,000 and the end value £380,000. Now you might be thinking this looks like a really good deal. For every pound spent, you're adding just over £1.50 worth of value. But let's have a look at the numbers when we add in the cost of finance. You have a purchase price of £300,000, the cost of works at £50,000, end value is £380,000, and the cost of finance £29,000. Meaning, if we add the purchase price to the cost of works to the cost of financing, that's £379,000, and the end value is only £380,000. So in reality, we've got a £1,000 margin there. So never forget to add in the cost of financing. The only winner in this particular deal is the bridging lender. Let's look at example 2. We have a purchase price of £575,000, 75% bridge on the purchase property, 25% bridge on the parent's property. Cash on completion, £575,000, 100% lending. The cost of works is £150,000 and the end value, £950,000. The cost of financing, including the £575,000 initial loan, totals £640,375, meaning that this particular client created a margin of £309,625. So example 2 shows with careful planning, even though the cost of financing was £65,000, our client managed to produce a healthy margin and a healthy profit. So the key takeaway here for you is to find a property that you can add significant value to, whether that's a large extension, splitting the title and building them in the back garden, converting the house to an HMO or a block of flats. Whatever it is, it has to be significant. The margin needs to be appropriate to repay the bridging lender and create a profit for you. So to utilize bridging finance effectively, you've got to look at the exit and start there. Now the exit can take 2 forms. 1, a sale, and 2, a refinance. Now with a sale, best advice is to speak to as many estate agents in the area where the property is located, tell them your plans, and try and tease out of them some end values. Write those down. Then jump on Land Registry, take yourself back 6 months, have a look at the sold prices of properties which are similar to what you're looking to develop. Write those down as well. Then take the lowest figure and work backwards from there. Deduct the purchase price, the cost of works, all of the fees. Understand exactly what that margin is. If the margin looks healthy, go for it. If the margin doesn't look healthy, close the book on it and start again. Now, with refinancing, you would follow a similar process, but there is one caveat. At the time of refinancing, there has to be enough equity within the property to meet the lender's minimum loan-to-value ratio. Typically, the sweet spot is around 75%. Now, to win on a refinance, what we're looking for is enough margin, so enough value add in the property for you to then release as equity to repay the bridging lender and all of their costs, as well as recoup some cash that you've used, obviously, to carry out the works on this particular deal. So in conclusion, buying a buy-to-let with no deposit funds is a great way to get started with your property developments. But keep in mind, the bridging lenders will almost always win. In order for you to win, you need to start with the end value and work backwards from there. If the numbers stack up, go for it. If they don't, move on to the next one. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Any comments, write them. I personally reply. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.